Uttana Dwadashi. So Uttana Dwadashi, it's after Chaturmasya. Chaturmasya starts from in Ashad Mas around July. It's 4 months of, it's during the monsoon time, that Chaturmasya. It's a Uttana, Shayani Ekadashi to Uttana Dwadashi. It's a Chaturmasya finishes today. And today is Badri temple in Himalayas. They close the Badri temple today. And it will be open again on Akshay Tadige, Akshay Tritiya, somewhere in March, May, in April or May. It comes in April or May. It comes in Akshay Tadige. And today is also a Tulsi Puja. That if you have a Tulsi at home, that you should have a Tulsi at home. It's a insect repellent. It's for that breeze. Air comes out of that one. It has a sanctifying effect on us. And you today pour water to that one and bow down to the Tulsi. It's today is the Tulsi Puja also. And so we covered the Saptanga Yoga as mentioned in Gheranda Samhita. Gheranda Samhita talks about Saptanga Yoga as I mentioned last week. It's 7 limbs of yoga. It's as mentioned by Gheranda. It's Rishi Gheranda was purification. One is purification through Shatkarma Kriyas. Second is strengthening through asanas. And it's studying through mudras and bandhas, and it's calming through pratyahara, feeling the lightness, doing pranayama, and reflecting, contemplating on things through dhyana, and isolation through samadhi. These are the 7 limbs of yoga as mentioned by Gheranda Samhita, by Gheranda to his disciple Chandakapali. In Patanjali talks about Ashtanga Yoga, 8-limbed yoga. It's Patanjali in the 2nd chapter, it says, by the practice of Ashtanga Yoga, it's a Yoganga Anushtana Ashuddhi Kshaye Jnana Diptira Viveka Khyate. By practice of limbs of yoga, impurities in the heart gets removed and knowledge revealing light opens up. That knowledge shines out. He talks about the 8 limbs of yoga are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. It's a 8-limbed yoga. And for any activity we indulge in, if I want to, now it's a cricket season, if I want to join a cricket team, that manager will say, these are the ground rules, you got to obey. If you don't obey the ground rules, you are out of the team. You don't come to our team. Same is with soccer, same is with hockey or cycling or any team participation or even employment at work. When they give an employment letter, they say these are the terms and conditions. If you agree to that one, you can come in. If you agree and sign, if you don't sign, you have no employment. It said they set a ground rule. In an employer sets a ground rule, and here any sports they set a ground rule. Same is there is a ground rule for yoga also. When you are practicing yoga, there are the ground rules. You got to obey the ground rules. Without observing the ground rules, you won't be successful. You won't succeed in your practice. In order to succeed in this any path, for any there is a ground rule. For yoga, the ground rule is Yama and Niyama. Most of the yoga schools, they don't talk about Yama and Niyama. They straight away, they bypass this one and go into asana part. Bypassing is not the solution. Try to understand and implement in our life. That Yama and Niyama, Yama 5 in number and Niyama 5 in number, and 5 plus 5 is 10. They are called as 10 commandments of yoga. That those who are serious about yoga, these are the 10 commandments. And 5 yamas. Yamas tells us what are the things we have to observe when we are dealing with the outer society. And 5 niyamas. Niyamas are the rules to be applied onto ourselves to be able to successful in our sadhana. Niyamas for ourselves and yama for while dealing with the outer world. And 5 yamas are ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya and aparigraha. It's the 5 yamas. Ahimsa. Himsa means hurting, violence. It's ahimsa means non-violence. Non-violence at any cost. And it says in Puranas, even if you lose the life, it is okay, but strive for ahimsa at any cost. Even at the cost of your life. If you have to protect the ahimsa, do that one. That Gandhiji's principle was that one. He practiced that one, that he wrote a book on that one also, My Experiments with Truth. Truth, that how he can sustain with ahimsa. That he tried to follow that one, that all through his life. Ahimsa means not becoming passive in life. Not to say most of us have that one. It is as long as it doesn't affect me, I'm not worried. Most of us take that approach. That ahimsa means it's not that approach. That you should stand up. If something is not right, you should be able to have a courage to stand up. Not apathy, not indifference. It's not talking about indifference. You should be bold enough to stand up if required. And if a police says he's following ahimsa, he won't arrest any thieves. He won't stop any dacoits. He's not doing any justice. He's doing injustice to his work. If a military person says he won't fight against the enemy and he is following ahimsa, it's not the ahimsa. He should have courage to stand up. He should abide by the rule, that by his duty. That is ahimsa. That able to stand up against the evil forces. That is also ahimsa. Whole Mahabharata in Bhagavad Gita, in many places Krishna talks about ahimsa in the battlefield to Arjuna. You should observe ahimsa. That in the battlefield, battle to be just started, he's talking about you should observe ahimsa. Ahimsa means Arjuna could have misinterpreted and he could have run away. It's not that one. He said that these are the evil forces they are the detrimental to the society. You should annihilate them. You should remove them. Then only protecting the society from these people. It is ahimsa. That is the ahimsa principle, is one dimension of ahimsa, ability to stand up. And they say that some comments that bhakti, devotion is a detrimental to Indian society. Many commentators have written, many Swamis also have written that because of bhakti, India is suffering. That is even that Swamijis were misinterpreted. They did not understand the spirit of the scriptures. Many Western commentators, they did not understand the spirit of bhakti. Bhakti means not surrendering to each and everyone, surrendering only to the Lord and stand up against anything. Surrender to the Supreme, that only one person, he or she is surrendering and is not surrendering to each and everyone. Meekness is not bhakti. They say you should not be very meek to everyone. Please help me, please help me. Do not have that meekness. If you have any surrender to the Supreme. Do not have any meekness to the people. Have courage to stand up. That is also ahimsa. And another dimension of ahimsa, that's our food, what we eat. That is also, our existence should not be a burden to the society. If you have to sustain on something, killing on others, it's other animals and taking the pleasure out of their flesh, it is also ahimsa. Even they have the right to live. They are born to go through certain karmic process, and we have no right to stop that karmic process. And the scripture says, if you cut down that karmic process, that animal whatever is born to undergo the karmic process, if you stop that one, you are taking that karma onto yourself. Are you prepared to? Are you strong enough? Are you able to digest that karma into yourself? If you are so confident that you can take that karma and digest, then you are authorized to eat. If you don't have that, Shakti, that digestive fire to digest that karma. Stay away from karma. Don't stop someone's karmic. That animal is born to undergo some karma. Do not curtail that one. That is also, it's another part of karma. And another dimension of karma, it's ahimsa. Our molar structure is not designed for eating meat. That's our canine teeth are not sharp, unlike carnivorous animal. Carnivorous animal's canine teeth is very sharp for tearing the meat. Ours is not sharp, and molar structure is not designed. Our esophagus tube is about 30 feet long. It's very convoluted. Its intestine is very convoluted, whereas carnivorous animal intestine is straight through. Residence time is very short in animals, whereas in humans food residence time is about 4 to 5 hours. It's a very long time, and eating the meat, that it requires lot of energy to digest that one. That vegetables are easy to digest, meat requires lot of energy. Our energy is spent in digesting this one, and little goes in head. If your energy is not only our energy utilized for activating your mind, not only digesting your stomach. It is also our digestive system is not designed for eating meat. Molar system is not designed for eating meat. That is also, it's ahimsa. And they say carnivorous animals that they drink water using tongue. Dogs lick water to drink tongue. Cats lick water. Tigers lick water. Vegetarian animals like cows, horses, elephants, they suck water. That sucking water, they don't use their tongue for drinking. Even our tongue, we are not designed for that one. And we are going against that one. Meat eating has become like a vogue. It has become like a fashion. I don't want to upset my company. I don't want to upset my colleague. I want to say that I am a modern man or modern person. And so we make compromise. That understand the body and understand the nature, and complying with the nature, it is called as ahimsa. And one saint was saying that be like a visitor in this world, take as little as you can and give most. When we go to someone's house, we take some gifts, and we are very considerate. We don't exploit things there. Be like when you are coming here, whatever duration we are here, not take everything for your own self. Try to take as little as you can, and we have an obligation to give it back. Give as much as back to the society. That is another dimension of ahimsa. We covered dimension of ahimsa, and we quickly chant Bhagavad Gita we have been chanting. Second chapter, it is talks about the person who has mastered yoga. That as one progresses in yoga, that his or her attitude towards the society changes, his or her lifestyle changes, how that person behaves in the society, and these are the Sri Krishna gives an example, and these examples are not for degrading others or pinpointing others. It is for our own. It's for our own welfare, that reflect on that one. That mantra, this Bhagavad Gita shlokas, reflect on these ones. Arjuna uvacha sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim. Shri Bhagavan uvacha prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnasya dochyate dukkesho nadignamanaha sukesho vigataspruhaha Vitaraga bhaya krodha sthitadir muniruchyate yada samharate Is it the right one? Right one?
Yeah.
Yada samharate chayam.
Yeah.
Yes sarvatra nabhisneha. Tatta prapya shubhashubham. Nabhinandati nadveshti. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Yada samharate chayam. Kurmongani va sarvashah. Indriyani indriyartebhyah. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Vishaya vinivartante. Niraharasya dehinah. Rasavarjyam rasopyasya. Param drishtva nivartate. Yatato hyapi kaunteya. Purushasya vipaschitah. Indriyani pramatini. Haranti prasabam manaha. Tani sarvani sanyamya. Yukta asita matparaha. Vashehi yasyendriyani. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Yada dhyayato vishayan pumsaha. Sangasteshu upajayate. Sanga sanjayate kamaha. Kamat krodho bijayate. Krodhat bhavati sanmohaha. Sanmoha smriti vibramaha. Smriti bramshat buddhinasho. Buddhinashat pranashyati. Ragadvesha viviktaistu. Vishayan indriyescharan. Atmavashyir videyatma. Prasadam adhigacchati. Prasade sarvadukkanam. Hanirasyopajayate. Prasanna chetaso hyashuhu. Buddhi paryavatishtate. Nasti buddhi ayuktasya. Nacha yuktasya bhavana. Nacha bhavayata shanti. Ashantasya kutas sukam. Indriyanam hi charatam. Yanmanonor vidiyate. Tadasya harati prajna. Vayurnama vivambasi. Tasmadesya mahabaho. Nigrihitani sarvashah. Indriyani indriyartebhyah. Tasya prajna pratishtita. Yanisha sarvabhutanam. Tasyam jagarti sanyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani. Sanisha pashyato munehe. This the last shloka. It's a Yanisha sarvabhutani. It's a whatever. It's at night time for others. When the world sleeps for that one. Whenever there is a inner knowledge, people are anything divine. When the world is sleeping, for the yogi is awakened to that one. Yogi is always tuned to that one. When the world is awake to some certain things, yogi is asleep to that one. When the world is after something, everyone is rushing towards that one. Yogi is sleeping on that one. He is not interested. And when the world is sleeping on something, yogi is very interested in that one. That it's a beautiful similarity. We see that one when the world is where the world is going, and those who are doing yoga start experiencing the inner bliss. That most of the people, they are not interested in inner journey. That yogi enjoys the company. When every morning when world is still sleeping, yogi gets up early morning, make sure that there is no disturbance. He or she does dhyana. When the world is that awaken that he is asleep. When the big hangama is going, he is retired to that one. And lie down on your back.